Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky15, and in this video I'll be giving you my Lucky 15 predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action. As usual on the channel, before we get stuck into those selections for tomorrow's racing, just want to reflect on how today's selections ran. It was a really good day for us today. We had a nice treble up from the three out of the four selections we put out last night. Our first selection, however, You Don't Do You at Chelmsford, got us off to a disappointing start, and I thought from then on our luck wasn't going to change. I thought we were going to have a bad day, but then we had Ryan Moore come to our rescue and got a nice winner for us on drill. I saw the drift out to 6-1, and then in the end it was really well backed, went off at 2-1 in the end. We tipped it up at 4-1 last night, and it was a nice performance by them two, Ryan Moore and Luca Kamani. Also as well, we tipped up the De Vegas kid for Poppy Bridgewater and Tony Carroll. Them two again got another winner. They had a winner yesterday at Salisbury, and it was nice to see them both get a winner again today, so they've been in good form of late. And also as well, our Airshow, I can't believe how well supported he was. When I tipped him up last night, he was 7-1. He went off favourite in the end. I think he was something like 15-8, 7-4 just before the off, so he was really well backed throughout the day, and in the end we had a really nice day and we got 3 good winners out of it in the end, and hopefully we can continue that form going into tomorrow. And for our first selection tomorrow, we go to Great Yarmouth for the 305, and we're going with a horse here called Marine One, around about 11-08, best odds I've seen out there at the moment, trained by David Simcock, and William Buick is booked for the ride, Derby winning jockey, and also as well the yard have been in pretty good form of David Simcock. This horse tomorrow is in the colours of Qatari Racing Group, which is always good serious owners to follow. Now this horse has got the sexy pedigree. It's by Frankel, but it's running in a type of race tomorrow you don't see very often, a maiden handicap, which means it hasn't won, but it's a handicap and they're all going to be running off their handicap marks. But I thought off a mark of 75. There was still a lot more to come from this horse. There was the Frankel horse today that won at Yarmouth that had gone right through the handicap. Was he still a maiden? It was called At Your Service, and in the end he bolted up. And I thought tomorrow Marine One could maybe get his head in front for the first time. Before that race tomorrow, he's been running in really good races before and not running too badly. He's been hitting the crossbar. He's had a few seconds in his last couple of starts, but I thought tomorrow could be his day, and I thought he could get us off to a winning start. We then go to Newbury for the 330, which on paper looks quite a competitive handicap, but the one I like in here is a horse called Dorado. 7-1 bookmakers at the moment. Now, last time I saw this horse, it was at Goodwood, and I was there that day in the flesh, and I actually tipped her up on my Twitter feed from my day of the races at Goodwood. Finished in second place in the end behind a horse of Marcus Tresconning called Certician, and Certician has gone on and subsequently franked the form by winning at the weekend at Goodwood, so the form of that race looks well. Also as well, conditions were probably against him that day. I was there when it was raining, and I think the ground was more soft than it was good. It did go soft in the end, and I thought really tomorrow with the drier ground, where it won last season a few times on drier ground, definitely a massive plus for it. And I thought tomorrow, still in the mark in the early 80s, I thought there was still a lot more progress from it. Is trained by Patrick Chamins, and David Probert, who's been riding pretty well in the last few days, takes the reins tomorrow. And I thought 7-1, he could be quite a nice juicy price to get stuck into, and I wouldn't be surprised maybe if he did go off favourite tomorrow and was well back throughout the day. We then go to Nottingham in the 350 for our third selection. We're going with a horse here called Musicka, round about 5-4 bookmakers at the moment, trained by David O'Mara, and Daniel Tudhope is booked for the ride. This horse won quite convincingly at Ayr last time in the first time visor. They keep the visor on tomorrow, and I thought they've landed really another opportunity where it could get its head in front. I don't think really it's got a lot of competition from the rest of the field, and that's why I think it's going to win tomorrow. It is going to be carrying top weight, but it won off top weight last time, so that's no real issue for me. And I think really the headgear definitely is the key to this horse, and for me he's quite a banker bet tomorrow and would be my third selection here. So that's going to be that selection there. We then go to the 640 for a little bit of jumps action at Uttoxeter for our last selection with a horse called Cabaret or Cabaret Queen, I think it's pronounced, something like that. Anyway, it's 2-1 bookmakers at the moment, trained by the brothers, that is Dan Skelton and Harry Skelton, booked for the ride, the jockey. Now these two have been working really well over the last couple of weeks. They've been getting so many winners. They're at Uttoxeter tomorrow, which is normally one of their power bases for winners. Now this horse has been a little bit frustrating the last couple of times, But it did run okay last time on its seasonal reappearance, or not a seasonal reappearance, but after a layoff at Aintree, where it finished 4th in a handicap hurdle race. It's going to be making its chase debut tomorrow, and Skeltons often do quite well with these types of horses. Also as well, it's in the colours of Highclere Thoroughbred Racing, which are a good group of owners to follow. And I thought tomorrow this is the kind of horse they normally do well with, where it could get its head in front. And I thought 5-2 I've seen out there at the moment actually is the best odds I've seen, was not a bad price for it, and I think it could go really close tomorrow and probably give us Skeltons the winners they want. So they're going to be the selections for tomorrow's horse racing action. Let us know in the comments box below what horses you're going to be backing tomorrow. Also as well, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel here at Lucky15 for more horse racing tips. Also as well, check me out on Twitter, which is at LuckyLoaders15, and you can see some other work I do for the punters page. So I've got some tips for them tomorrow as well, some decent each way ones, so go and check it out if you haven't done so already. So that's all I got to say. Please gamble responsibly. Hopefully I can give you some winners tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.